Welcome to the SwitchClicksPodcast, episode 13, recorded on October 13th, 2020. Today we'll be discussing the rumors and news surrounding Spider-Man 3 in the MCU. My name is Dakota, and today I'm joined by Tyler.
Hello.
And Nathan.
Hello.
So the first thing is, we're going to talk about our experiences with the Spider-Man movies as a whole, and we're also going to mention which ones are our favorite, so you know where we're coming from in this discussion. So Tyler, just take it away.
Oh, wahoo. Spider-Man time. I think the first major thing that, I don't think, it definitely is. The first major thing for Spider-Man movies was the Sam Raimi Trilogy, which coincidentally holds my favorite of the trilogy, my favorite of the Spider-Man movies. Yeah. It can be a little. I mean, it kind of seems like if you like the Raimi trilogy, you don't like anything else. Not the case for me, but that's what I've felt. And then if you like the Tom Holland stuff, you don't typically like Raimi as much. It's so weird.
Well, that's just true for me.
Between the two, but yeah, my favorite of the three is not the one that people like. It's Spider-Man 3, the bad one.
Yeah.
That's a hot take. That's a spice and meat the ball of the take.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's as hot as it would have been like 10 years ago, but it's still considered the bad one because it is. It's not a good movie compared to the other two. It's fine.
Yeah.
But there's just a few things that I really, really like. I feel the cheesiness of the Sam Raimi movies is kind of like a thing that people like. And Spider-Man 3 really runs home with it, which is a negative thing for most people. But I really like edgy Peter Parker when he's just a doofus walking around the city, just overconfident. Which kind of fits his character, because I kind of feel that's how Peter Parker would feel about being cool. He's like, yeah, I'm cool, so I'm going to strut around town pointing finger guns at women that walk past me. And then I'm also going to hit my girlfriend, but by accident. You know, cool guy stuff.
Look at
but I think there's like two things I really, really enjoy about Spider-Man 3, which is Venom, exclusively because I feel he's like passive aggressive in a way. Not the character himself, but in his creation. It's like, I want to make Spider-Man 3 with Sandman and New Goblin. I hate that name. But then Sony runs in with, but Venom's going to sell toys. Which wasn't the best choice, but I just kind of feel that Sam Raimi took a bad situation and just made Venom suck, which I think is hilarious. Like, Venom is not cool. He's the kid at the playground that thinks he's super cool but isn't. I just love that feeling of, yeah, I'm the cool guy, but then everyone looking at you is like, he's not the cool guy.
It's kind of like popped out of nowhere when you think about it.
But that's enough positive stuff about Spider-Man 3. So I'll let you guys put your feedback on why it's not good, because I'm assuming that's what you think about it.
I was about to say that the entire concept of the movie, or at least some parts of the movie, would have been good if it weren't for other parts of it. Like, for example, New Goblin. I'd rather see him as a Hobgoblin. But anyways, they set him up ever since the first Sam Raimi movie, and they continue doing that in the second one. And if he was like the main villain of Spider-Man 3, then I honestly think it would have been the best ending ever to the trilogy.
Yeah, New Goblin is the only thing that I'm like, yeah, that's bad in Spider-Man 3. Like, the whole amnesia stuff is so stupid. Like, he really did just bonk his head and was out for half the movie, which is so lame.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate.
It is a good writing, good writing tactic.
I don't think it's a good writing. I don't think I can name one thing that's like amnesia plot really boosted that movie. I mean, unless amnesia plot is the point of the movie, but like a side amnesia plot is always so dumb. Though I really
Especially when
like
it's the main character.
I like when Harry gets his memory back, and he's just like a jerk. Like he's so, he's just
Yeah,
yeah. The stupid face that he makes as he eats I think it's the strawberry cake as he smirks at Peter. I love it, but I hate it. Yeah. Anyway, you guys
So
can continue.
my
talking.
favorite is the first MCU movie.
Homecoming.
What was that? Homecoming. Yes, I keep forgetting it, even though I love it.
Is it really your favorite if you don't even know the name of the movie?
Question
I'd
mark?
say it's like my number one favorite is definitely Homecoming. My second favorite is definitely Far From Home. I just like it so much better for its movie making. I'd say it's a lot more in.
No, I would say that my favorite would be Far From Home, on the contrary, because
Whoa.
it feels like the most unique Spider-Man movie out there. I don't think there's ever been one Spider-Man movie that's taken place necessarily outside of New York City, or at least New York as a whole. And it brings in Mysterio in such a way that I didn't expect it. Even though we all knew that he was going to be bad guy and all, they did so well to hide it. Even I was kind of surprised myself.
Yeah, he was implemented really well into that movie.
They made all the elementals so real.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing that you both like the two Marvel movies so far, because then you can just like talk about it as a whole, like one movie. You can just like, instead of focusing on one, we can just talk about like the positives and negatives of those two.
Well, if we like them, then Marvel's doing a good thing because they're making a good movie. At least they're consistent.
Yeah. I honestly like all Spider-Man movies except Amazing Spider-Man 2, but
the thing that really stuck with me for Homecoming is the scene where the Birdman, what's his name? Wait, actually, it is the Birdman.
Vulture.
Or are you saying Michael Keaton or Vulture?
Michael Keaton is actually Birdman.
He is actually Birdman, so I could call him
Batman.
that.
And Batman.
That's true.
And Beetlejuice.
Yeah, so the Vulture, he's sitting in the front seat of the car, and then Peter's in the back, and he's figuring out, he's putting the puzzles together, and then the light turns green when he figures it out.
You realize that this scene was just a rehash of the same scene from Sam Raimi Spider-Man 1, which Norman...
I don't care. It was good.
Norman Osborn did the exact same thing at the party scene when he and Peter were talking.
Good thing I can tell you I've never seen the original or the second one.
I forgot how good Norman Osborn is in the first Spider-Man movie. Oh, he's so good. I really like.
I really like his final quote.
I don't remember. Don't. Or are we still talking about Green Goblin?
Yeah.
Or wasn't his final thing he says is "Don't tell Harry," and then he dies.
Oh no, he didn't say that. He says,
I think he did.
Oh. So
I think this is right before he dies, at least.
Right before he dies, you know, like how he sends the thing to stab himself, right?
Yeah.
A little comedic effect. They had one really short shot of him saying, "Oh."
Yeah. Then he. Unfortunately, that isn't actually his last words. Certified Spider-Man nerd here to tell you. When he's stabbed, he goes, "Don't tell Harry," then dies. So actually, you're wrong.
True. That's true. I forgot about that.
I don't know what to tell you.
Oh no!
It's
yeah,
not like
what he said. Did he say like Godspeed Spider-Man, and then he launched the thing?
Something like that. Or I know he's like, Peter, it's me, Norman. You remember your friend? And then he tries to stab him, gets stabbed, says, "Oh, I don't know." He's so hammy. Yeah.
So we're not
Movies
going to
are
mention
good.
the Andrew Garfield.
Well, okay.
Like just like Sony, we're just gonna forget it.
True.
Barely
Until
even
now.
remember
Yeah,
the Andrew Garfield movies, anyways. It's kind of they're just kind of there.
yeah. We could
I think-
forget about Spider-Man 2, really. Like, we were talking about how good, like, Norman Osborn is in Spider-Man 1, and then Norman Osborn in Amazing Spider-Man 2 is
yeah.
not good. He's just like, "Here, Harry, take my disease," and then he dies. And Harry's like, "But, I don't want the disease." And then that's his character.
And then the
I don't want to
ending.
have a disease. It's such a annoying plot too. Like, he's like, "I need Spider-Man to fix my disease," and then he asks Spider-Man, "Hey, can you help me cure my deathly disease?" And Spider-Man responds with, "No, it's my blood, weirdo." And like, why doesn't Spider-Man just help him out? Like,
He's smart. He could do it.
Spider-Man just left a terminally ill teenager to die just because he didn't want to give up his blood.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't want to get
Um,
found out, and that's the whole point. But yeah, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, I guess that is the. It's just, I think it's kind of dumb. It's like his best friend too, but and then Amazing Spider-Man 1 exists, which is okay.
Kind of there, yeah.
Lizard
barely
looks
remember.
stupid. That's my only takeaway from the movie. The rest is kind of forgettable.
Pop
Though I
Dad.
still think this might be a hot take, but I think the Stan Lee cameo in Amazing Spider-Man 1 is at least my top three. In my top three, maybe even number
I
one.
have to agree with that because casually walks around the library.
Yeah, or he's looking through a book as Spider-Man and Lizard crash through the back
Scanning.
wall in slow motion
Yep.
with like music playing in the background. He's come a long way from Spider-Man 2, where he grabs a woman out of the way and says, "Look out."
And then hold another person in the air with it, but it is really a mannequin.
Oh,
Your mannequin
we
is
forgot that
pranked.
happened.
It's not actually a mannequin. So yeah, at least you know the context of what we're talking about. Tyler likes
We're
the
kind of
original
all over the
movies.
place.
I like me and Nathan like the Tom Holland movies. Now we're good.
And the Andrew Garfield movies, no one likes. And it's just like real life.
True. Except everybody on the internet loves him.
It kind of covers the normal base of like, generally people like the Tom Holland movies the most. Some people like the Sam Raimi movies. Though, sorry for any Sam Raimi fans out there if I'm about to stereotype you real quick, but I feel in general some Sam Raimi fans are a little too elitist about their love for the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, where it's like, nothing can top it. We don't want this to happen.
And meanwhile, you have all the others who just meme around and throw Tobey Maguire Spider-Man into like the MCU.
Pizza Time, am I right? Pizza Time's pretty funny though. I can't knock Pizza Time. I'd get my Sam Raimi liking badge taken away if I make fun of Pizza Time. Anyway, new Spider-Man 3, but the second one. Let's talk about
Everybody is here.
Apparently so.
The greatest Spider-Man crossover history. So we can start off with, I think the earliest information was that Jamie Foxx is coming back as Electro, and he was originally in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Redemption.
Kind of boring, but okay. People think they're not going to make him blue again, and he's going to have like some.
Blue.
Oh, I'd be so happy. Like, I think my favorite things about the superhero movies is adapting like goofy comic book costumes into movies. Like, they did it really well with Mysterio.
Or at least making them more like.
But yeah, like they take inspiration from like the original. Like Vulture looks nothing like a bald man in a green leotard, but he still looks good. Like you can see there's obvious inspiration.
They just kind of like add some realism to it, or
Yeah, make his powers more controlled. Maybe he's been doing it for a while before he, I guess, crossed over with the MCU.
I think the blue design actually did come from a comic. I think like the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff, but you don't care. We want green and yellow Electro.
the way that we actually know him.
Or at least like the Spider-Man game, the Spider-Man PS4, it's like the weird spars.
Or the Spider-Man 2 game on PS2
I never
GameCube.
played that one. Honestly, my only experience with
that
Electro
one
and
was
Spider-Man
shocker.
video games. My only experience with Electro and Spider-Man video games is Venom Electro from Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
If any of you ever played that.
Oh,
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Don't want to go off on too much.
Anyways, that's just kind of stupid. But because Electro is coming back, people are thinking, oh, they're going to do a Sinister Six. I think a Sinister Six should be kept for Spider-Man 4, where they can really build up to it.
Provided they go that far, assuming the deal.
They're definitely doing a fourth. 100% they're doing a fourth.
Assuming the deal holds up, because I think it was said in the new deal that Tom Holland will be only playing in a Spider-Man 3 and an Avengers film, but they didn't say anything about 4 in the new deal.
Dude, this one's going to make $1 trillion, and they're going to have to keep him. He's so loved. It's like not even
as long as there's no more disagreements with.
Do you think Jamie Foxx Electro is going to be a part of this maybe Spider-Verse that's happening in this third movie? Or do you think they're just recasting a same actor to play this universe's version of Electro?
I think it would be interesting for them to bring him back as the Amazing Spider-Man one. And I think it might be a tiny role just to explain how, I guess, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man got over to the MCU.
Or you could have a joke or something where it's Jamie Foxx playing Electro in this universe, and then if Andrew Garfield shows up, he's like, "You look similar," because it's the same actor.
That's close to being a Deadpool level joke.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, there's actually a really dumb joke I came up with this morning that's really, really horrible, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You guys know how guys know Marvel Zombies, the comic book?
Yeah, okay. I heard how dark it was.
Do you know how the whole thing was a crossover with I think it's a crossover with Ash versus the Evil Dead? I think that's how it started.
Okay.
My thought is, you know how all Sam Raimi movies have a Bruce Campbell what's it called, cameo in it? Or at least he's a part of the movie?
I didn't know that, but okay.
I didn't know that.
Okay. Anyway, most Sam Raimi movies, if not all, have Bruce Campbell in it because they're friends or something. But, so if in Multiverse of Madness, there's a multiverse where he opens up a portal to Ash versus the Evil Dead, which Bruce Campbell's in, you could have a Marvel Zombies reference.
I have a feeling that...
It's not really a joke, actually.
It might happen. It might happen when you think about it.
Definitely make a Zombies reference.
Too perfect. That seems too perfect not to happen. But anyway, back to Electro and
it's actually
Garfield and stuff.
You know what? Perfect. They did confirm that Doctor Strange is going to be in the Spider-Man 3 also. So.
Segue. I'm
semi-segue, not as strong, but yes.
I have a feeling
it wasn't very good. If I didn't cut myself off saying that we need to move on, that would have been a pretty good segue.
Yeah.
So yeah, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange being in the movie. I've seen people upset about this.
Yeah.
Which is reasonable. If he's a mentor figure, it might just feel Tony Stark died. And then the next movie, Tony Stark dies. The movie after is Spider-Man dealing with Tony Stark dying by finding a new mentor, which ends up being evil. So it's kind of like character development, proper storytelling. But then the third one, if they reintroduce another mentor, you've completely ruined the character development, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He should be less of a mentor, more of like a narrator, I think, almost. He can
Like
pretty
if
much tell the
they do
audience
Spider-Verse,
what's going
maybe.
on.
Either that, or he just makes it, or he's just there as like a Thor Ragnarok type of cameo.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say
Very
too.
minor scene, yeah.
But they did so much in the comics with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. It would be such a letdown to not do anything with it.
Well, I mean, okay, like an Avengers movie would be fit for that when you think about it.
That's so boring. Don't get these other guys in. I don't want Hulk running around in the dream dimension.
But okay, so what if, so Doctor Strange, if he's not the mentor, I wouldn't be surprised if the movie goes this way. He finds out about the multiverse, and he's like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to find other Spider-Men to help me figure out what I'm supposed to do with my problems or something, whatever's wrong in the movie. Maybe he's like, how do I deal with my identity being shown or something? But like a little bit like Avatar: The Last Airbender, and you go into the like Avatar state to talk to past lives. Kind of like the same thing
or like
going on. Where
the
he's
Black
like,
Panther Death Realm.
oh yeah, that is a more more connected reference. But yeah, like I could see him going back in time and being like, hey Toby, except hey Peter, would you like can you help me out? I'm feeling not good. And Toby's like, well, I can help you. And that's how we introduce him. And Andrew.
Just a depressing sesh.
I'm on first name basis with all the Spider-Man actors.
Yeah, Parker.
I know them personally. Oh no, I was just making fun of how I just called them Andrew and Toby.
Yeah.
I just know them personally and just have to, anyway.
So with other Spider-Men, another thing that was heavily rumored, but like not too much, was Miles Morales might be in this one. I think it'll be too much if they do it.
I think it's more like speculation if that was the case. We'll just want him in there.
I think the Into the Spider-Verse and MCU should try to be separate until a certain time.
Of course, yeah. It's going to be a while before the multiverse thing actually happens with Marvel.
I've heard so many different rumors, like maybe Mary Jane, like Kristen Durst, something like that. I don't remember their name. MJ from the Raimi series, like she's going to be brought back, which also might be a little much. Like, there's so many rumors going around. Like
some of them are believable, some of them are just ludicrous speculation.
Yeah, the Toby and Andrew stuff seems more believable because it's like, yeah, I can see them bringing them back, but like as soon as someone pulls up with like, did you know that they're adding, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a ridiculous character, like it seems a little more
another love interest, I guess.
Yeah.
What if they bring back Emma Stone and the Andrew Garfield character is like,
dead.
How are you alive? You're dead. I killed you. Or he's begging to Doctor Strange to bring him back, bring Emma Stone back with the time stone that is broken.
Peter Parker from the Raimi verse is like hand over MJ, his wife or whatever, if it's in the future. And then you have Andrew Garfield. It's like, yeah, me too, and it like pans over to just a corpse. Yeah.
You guys have girlfriends? Yep. Yeah, I do. Pans over to corpse. Yikes.
Depending how many years in the future is, that might be a little grim. Might be decomposing.
Yeah, we've all gotten over it.
It's Halloween. Gotta put up the spooky factor.
So do you guys think they'll push like Tom Holland a bit, maybe age him up a bit, just to make him look like a little bit more old?
Well, I mean, I guess it's because of what's happening right now. Probably already giving him enough time to do so.
Older, yeah.
I'm not sure.
They have to wait it out anyways because the movie's going to take place, 2023, 2024? The story?
Yeah,
like
how many...
Where the heck they go.
if they push Peter even older, they have to jump all the MCU that many years older as well.
Yeah, to go all the way
it's
to
a
like
little harder.
2030.
Well,
Maybe
Endgame
the whole coronavirus thing.
Endgame is in
gonna take
2023.
5 years.
Peter didn't age in Endgame though when he came back.
So true.
He
I
is
forgot
still
about
the same
that.
age as he
Yeah.
was.
What if they keep delaying these movies until it lines up with?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, when you
Coronavirus just
the
lasts
timeline.
5 years, and suddenly we're in line with the MCU again.
You look at the
It's
lineup
perfect
of
timing.
Phase 4, they kind of deliberately held back on movies and such, and it kind of makes sense to give them time to wait until the years match up.
I guess to heal, maybe.
That probably also helps people from not getting burned out. Like, imagine if coronavirus didn't happen, we'd have a Black Widow movie already out. We'd probably already have a good chunk of the Marvel TV shows. Like, I feel people will get burned out. It's like, we just had Endgame, and like, this is a decent buffer. So then people are like excited to watch Marvel movies again, not just feel like obliged.
Yeah.
I think it's been so long that the internet is definitely wanting something, and WandaVision will definitely pull that.
Yeah,
Speaking of
I'm
WandaVision,
quite excited.
what do you think about WandaVision? They put out trailers and we never talked about them.
That is true.
Well, if the intent of the
I'm
trailer
excited.
is to be confusing, and I'm confused. So
I am also confused.
I'm just like, okay, this takes place before Doctor Strange 2. Period.
It just
forget
seems
her name.
interesting. It's probably
But
the one I
what's
was most excited for when they showed off the lineup of TV shows.
Yeah, except I don't know what I'm getting into.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, except for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that's pretty straightforward when you look at it.
Well, yeah, I'm expecting just a sequel to The Winter Soldier in a TV
Pretty
show.
much. Like, oh, it's another Captain America movie, but without Steve Rogers. But the TV show as well.
Sag.
When they announced that they're doing something with Moon Knight. Is that a TV show or a movie?
That's a TV show, I believe.
Moon Knight.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, that's far into the future. They have to.
I know
They
that's
haven't
really
even.
far. I'm just thinking.
They haven't even found
I'm just trying to
an
remember
actor
what
for
the
him.
TV shows are.
So
I know there's rumors saying Keanu Reeves, maybe. Which could be interesting. I've heard rumors, at least, because
I'd be down. I'm not even gonna lie.
you could probably play Moon Knight as a John Wick type, because he is Marvel's Batman, but he's not afraid of killing.
Yeah. Speaking of rumors, we're kind of jumping back to Spider-Man here. There was also rumors about Tom Hardy, Venom, being in Spider-Man 3.
That would make sense, right?
Really?
Like,
honestly,
it would make sense if it's like a cameo role. It would kind of make sense if they're trying to like connect Venom to like Morbius to MCU stuff. Like, the Morbius trailer had Vulture show up at the end. Like, this might be a way to connect it. I still didn't love. Like, I don't think anyone loved the Venom movie that much.
I thought it would be. It was an okay movie. Definitely better than. I don't know. It's just its own thing.
The good parts were actually quite good, but then the bad parts were really, really bad.
Yeah.
They were just like early They're pretty much just making like early Marvel movie mistakes.
Hey, at least it kind of worked.
Yeah, I think it made a good amount of money.
Was Morbius supposed to come out this year?
I don't remember. But
I see one trailer that says 2020 and another one that says 2021.
Probably 2021 then.
Okay.
I'm just surprised that Jared Leto got Morbius, because honestly, like, Jared Leto, no, I bet he's probably a decent guy, but I don't think I know anyone who's like, yes, Jared Leto, can't wait to watch the next Jared Leto movie. Everyone just kind of looks at him and is like,
Hey, you were Joker one time.
Look,
He's just
mommy, it's the
there.
bad Joker. That's
Mom would be like,
that's
"Don't look at him. He had tattoos on his head."
don't look at him. He's literally telling you he's damaged. Can you read his forehead? Just stop looking.
He put
look
tattoos
at
on
him.
his hands.
Don't look at him too long, or he's gonna mail you a dead rat or something.
Wait, what?
What the heck?
Did you not hear that when filming
actually.
Suicide Squad? He was doing what's it called when you're trying to get into the head by like acting like your person or something.
I don't actually
Method
remember
acting.
that.
I think that's what it's
acting?
called. Yeah, he was trying that out, but in fact, I don't think it was method acting. I think it was just him making excuses so he could be mean. But like,
failed.
he was just acting
Really?
psychotic and naming and like mailing people like dead rats and stuff. At least that's what I've heard. Which is
it failed horribly.
method acting. I don't remember who I heard say this, but I just remember method acting being explained as an excuse for actors to be jerks with a reason behind it. Like I bet there's some realism to it. But anyway.
Now, I don't. This is not a rumor for Spider-Man, but it is kind of a speculation thing. You know, the actor for Ned, Spider-Man's best friend.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So he recently, like had a bunch of weight loss recently. So now he's built,
Good
I
for
guess.
him.
And the thing behind his character is there's been speculation that he might become Hobgoblin in the MCU.
Yeah, because that's the Hobgoblin's secret identity is Ned. What's his last name? I don't remember.
Wow.
That leads.
Yeah, I just looked at a
Lead.
photo of him. He looks really good.
He looks really good.
Just a
But,
lot
like,
of weight.
it's like, what if
Whoa,
he
whoa.
does actually become Hobgoblin? Imagine how
Josh
dark
Peck
the movie is.
transformation?
Almost. Yeah. I'll send you a photo right now. But he looks really nice.
He is different now.
Oh yeah.
He looks ready. Like it seems like maybe Marvel secretly asked him to do it for some undisclosed Hobgoblin role, but never know.
That would
That'd
be
pretty
funny.
cool.
I honestly don't see him being Hobgoblin because like his first introduction, I feel he's too goofy. Like
He's
like,
too
I
good of a
feel
person to turn into Hobgoblin.
he's been the guy. He was the guy who
Kinda true.
got a girlfriend over a plane flight, but only for like 48 hours or 72 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
He's also the guy who broke the Death Star, like, and wanted to build Lego Death Star in the first one. Like, if he becomes a menacing villain, it's gonna feel like Electro in Amazing Spider-Man 2, where like you don't take him seriously because he's been
Keep in
built
mind,
up as
though,
like a
keep in
goof.
mind, originally in the comics, he only became Hobgoblin because he was brainwashed. He wasn't.
True.
He didn't do it in his own will.
Oof.
So if in any case,
Oh,
I'll just make things a lot more darker,
And dramatic.
a lot more
I mean,
dramatic.
don't you have to like show off Green Goblin before you can show off Hobgoblin?
Not this one. Green Goblin would only apply to Harry Osborn.
Well, I know.
And
I'm
so
just
far, the
saying,
Bill
in
Osborn?
general, wouldn't you want to like show people Green Goblin before you show people Hobgoblin? Because like Hobgoblin is supposed to be like the
Spider-Man kind of just.
yeah, I think the other
Barely show
Spider-Man
Green
having
Goblin.
Green Goblin makes sense, but I just think it's weird because
barely.
Hobgoblin, like in the comics, I think he's kind of played off as a joke where it's like you're just the worst Green Goblin. But at the same time, the '90s animated series showed off Hobgoblin before Green Goblin, and I like that show. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It also backs my idea of maybe the Sinister Six actually happening. They have all of them ready. Like, how many you have?
I know Sony's
have,
been wanting to do Sinister Six for a really long time.
Had Vulture, Scorpion at the post-credit scene of Homecoming. You know the bus driver in Far From Home, right?
What?
Maybe.
Bus driver in Far From Home is the same character as of one of the Sinister Six members. I forgot his name, but that was him.
That had to be
Um,
just an Easter egg.
I know
Hobgoblin.
Prowler. I know. I cannot. No, I'm not good with names. Childish Gambino. I don't remember the actor's the actual name.
Oh, yes.
He played the person who would become Prowler, so he could be a part of it as well.
And
Bus
he's,
driver.
yeah,
But wouldn't that
Donald
also mean? Wouldn't that also mean you want to announce Miles Morales as well because they're kind of connected?
yeah, that's the only problem there.
Let's see. His name is Dimitri something.
Oh, Dimitri
Morales?
Oh no, I was talking about the one villain.
Oh, the
he's
bus.
Chameleon.
I
He's
know.
Chameleon. The bus driver in Far From Home is
Chameleon.
Chameleon. Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Chameleon's
stretch.
such a C-list hero. Chameleon's villain. Sorry, Chameleon's so C-list. Like that doesn't feel nearly as substantial.
Well, we got
have
Vulture.
Doctor Octopus.
Vulture, Scorpion, technically Chameleon,
I know Doctor
Electro,
Octopus actually hasn't shown
maybe
up, but
Hobgoblin.
you have these
Electro,
big names
Electro.
and Chameleon.
So that's
Because
4.
they also have Shocker, who's another C-list.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Spider-Man
about
villain.
Shocker. Shocker's in there
But
too.
2 electric-based villains.
Well, Shocker
Yeah.
in the MCU is kind of more like a puncher at this point.
Yeah,
With plus electric.
he's
Shocker's
basically
always-
Crossbones, except he has some tasers attached to his hands.
They could bring back the Tinkerer too.
Oh, he's
Big guy.
If they're bringing back Shocker, then they're bringing back Tinkerer.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I liked him as a character. he wasn't a villain. He was just a man making money.
He was very casual there.
Or they make him into the one that's in the new Spider-Man game.
if
For
they
some
use
reason.
all these, if they use all these villains, this sounds like the lamest Sinister Six ever. We got Chameleon, Shocker, the Tinkerer. All your favorite Spider-Man villains in one place.
It sounds like the new Suicide Squad trailer.
Yeah, fair enough. They just have a list. Except I don't think Spider-Man's gonna kill off half of them.
Well, maybe not Tom Holland, but I would doubt. Well, probably what's his name? Andrew Garfield's character. Yeah, he would kill.
Yeah,
fair enough.
He would definitely kill. So honestly, I think that's all we have to talk about.
that was a lot more than we expected.
Who knew you could talk about Spider-Man for this long?
Well, it is Spider-Man.
It is Spider-Man.
I think it's the most
popular
iconic hero.
Greatest Marvel superheroes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say greatest. I would say more iconic.
I think the most iconic superheroes are probably a tie between Spider-Man and Batman. So,
True.
Yeah, Spider-Man is quite heavy. I do find it funny. Last little thought from me, at least, is I just find it really funny that it's almost followed the comics, where Marvel is always like, okay, we're gonna do stuff with the Avengers and stuff, really build them up, and then they're done, and they're like, well, we can work on Spider-Man some more. And that's kind of that's kind of how Marvel works.
2 months later,
it's
this releases Spider-Man.
Yeah, if they get a really big story done, they're like, well, who are we gonna go with now? It's like, we can just start another Spider-Man. Quick, go to the adjectives board, find a new name for the comic.
Spectacular Spider-Man, spectacular Spider-Man, spectacular. Thank you for joining us in discussing the future of Spider-Man. Be sure to check us out on Twitter and listen to future episodes on Spotify and iTunes. Join our Discord for insight on future episodes and to chat with our fellow hosts. See you next time on the Switch Clicks Podcast.